There's a lot of talk in the press about games that are dangerous or harmful. Hatred, The Witcher 3, basically anything that comes from Poland. I spend a lot of time pointing out that bullshit, but now I've stumbled across some games that I actually would call dangerous, and I would suggest avoiding them. Ars Technica reports, skills-based video game playing, gambling, coming to Vegas casinos. They wrote, under legislation signed earlier this month by Nevada Governor Brian Sandoval, newfangled slot machines will no longer be the luck of the draw, but will have a skills-based element to them. That skill would be akin to shooting aliens, driving cars, or performing other acts in a video game setting. I wouldn't be surprised to see video game partnership licensing deals. Chris Moyer, a spokesman with the American Gaming Association, said in a telephone interview with Ars. A link to the full article is in the description of this video. I wouldn't touch these games with a 10-foot pole. I wouldn't touch gambling, but I think these are probably worse. An example given is that a game would typically have an 88% payout rate, but a skilled player could end up with a 98% payout rate. If that makes you think, oh, that's much better, I could just be good at it. I think that's why it's dangerous. That's the trap. It does give you some sort of control, but not that much if you look at how it's going to be implemented. However, I think it gives you just enough to let you rationalize it and think, well, I'm in control of this, I can win. So I'm reading the press release from the AGEM and they say, the Nevada Gaming Control Board and the Nevada Gaming Commission will now lead the process of writing and promulgating the rules and regulations that will guide this innovative new direction that AGEM believes will inject new life into the slot machine segment of the gaming industry and attract younger players that are accustomed to the arcade experience and different forms of non-gambling games in their daily lives. At least they understand that gamers are a demographic worth targeting. AGEM is especially proud to be the initiator and one of the driving forces behind the milestone event, said Thomas Cingoli, AGEM President and Chief Compliance Officer of Konami Gaming. We'd like to thank the Gaming Control Board and Chairman A.G. Burnett for supporting this initiative over the past year, and we are excited that Nevada will be the first in the world to offer the full extent of this innovative new form of gaming. I guess it's not just mobile gaming that Konami's going to be focusing a bit more on. Although that makes it sound like console gaming was a big thing for them. It's actually only a small part of their income. Their biggest things, I believe, are the health clubs and pachinko machines. So this does make perfect sense from a business standpoint, but I don't like that they're going to be targeting gamers with gambling. Then again, I have a strong personal bias because I have a very addictive personality and I just hate gambling in general. I cannot go anywhere near it because I know it will mess me up. Now it's time for some fun. Let's catastrophize. Let's imagine a worst case scenario. Let's say this does really well and it spreads outside of Nevada. I am quite ignorant of gambling laws, but near me in the UK there's a welcome break that has a little arcade and an 18+ section with some gambling games. Imagine if in that gambling section there was a new Metal Gear Solid game, maybe a Time Crisis style shooter, but the only way to play it is to engage with the gambling element. So you want to play this new Metal Gear Solid arcade game, but you have to engage in gambling. I think something like that could realistically happen. I also think it could really hook a bunch of new people, which is what they want. People who would normally avoid gambling but want to play this game and end up trying gambling and getting hooked on it. If I haven't made this seem evil enough already, check out the language used in this section of the press release by the AGEM. This will give AGEM members the ability to unleash a new level of creativity for their casino customers. Let me double check, are we sure it's Konami pushing this and not Capcom? Because that sounds like something Wesker would say. But, as usual, that's just another one of my harmful opinions.